Hey guys, welcome to Cape Cowl Cafe. I'm Nemo, and today we're going to be ranking the Captain America suits from worst to best. If you guys enjoyed the video at any point today, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button, but let's hop right in. Alright, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on these first few because they are all equally terrible. They're all going in the same spot. We got Stuntman Captain America, we got slightly more comic accurate Stuntman Captain America, we got Rubber Man, and then the 1940s serial Captain America. That one doesn't look that bad, you know, it's serviceable for the time. And on Rubber Man over here, if you zoom in on his mask, you can see that he actually has molded rubber ears. Why? They're all garbage. Moving on. Alright, starting off the real list at number 16, we have the time travel suit from Endgame. It's not really a Captain America suit, but Captain America wears it, so I'm counting it. I really don't like these suits. They're just so ugly. They're so over-designed. They don't have enough red on them. I don't know. And they're all CGI, so it just looks weird and kind of off-putting. Don't like it. Moving on. Alright, next up at number 15, we have Sam Wilson's first Captain America costume from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And before you say, oh, you're just hating on Sam Wilson, no, I like him. His other suit is actually a lot higher on this list. I just think that this suit fits him really awkwardly, and it just doesn't look very good. It's very top-heavy with the white. Like, I understand they're trying to go for that comic design, but like the way the shoulders are built on the suit, they're just way too damn big, you know? And that neck piece is so awkward. Like, they have to fix it in post because it just doesn't look right, and it wrinkles all weird and it moves weird around his ears. It just doesn't look good, you know? It looks a little better in the second movie when they removed the neck piece and they replaced it with a helmet, but overall, I don't think that this is a design that really translates well to live action. All right, next up at number 14, we have Captain Carter from the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I actually like her design in the What If series. It looks a lot more simple. It flows better. I don't know what's going on here. The torso section is kind of a mess. The cross is really high set. I don't understand the paneling and like what's supposed to be flowing here. Like the blue sections just kind of stop right there at the middle. I don't get it. It doesn't really look that good. And I don't understand Marvel's fascination with Captain Carter. Like, if they like her so much, just give her her own project, you know? Stop shoving her in all these side projects. You know, like if you have this much confidence in a character, go all in, you know? Don't half-ass it and just do a bunch of cameos. That's lazy. But either way, this suit is just kind of mid. Like, it's not terrible, but it's nothing special. All right, next up at number 13, we have the suit from Age of Ultron. I understand what they're going for here. It's supposed to be more of a modern Captain America suit. It's designed by Tony Stark. But like, what are those stripes? What shape is that? I really hate that modern techie looking shape for the stripes, and they do it on a few of Cap's MCU costumes. It looks so ugly. Just give him regular old stripes. There's too many red accents and details on the suit. I don't like the Avengers logo being on the shoulders. Like, I get it. This was designed by Tony Stark. It's his Avengers uniform. I just think it's so ugly. All right, next up at number 12, we have John Walker's first costume from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It just looks like a Disney Parks actor, you know? It looks like a guy who's playing Captain America for Disney World. And I get it. That's probably the point because John Walker is supposed to be this imposter that's, you know, super offensive because he's stealing Captain America's name, but the suit itself just looks kind of off. You know, it's a little baggy. The material's a little weird. I don't like the red on it. You know, I think this design is done a lot better when it's black, and his fit from the Thunderbolts is a lot more form-fitting, and he kind of fills it out better. This one just looks really awkward. He doesn't look like a Captain America. I get it. That's the point, but the suit doesn't look great. Plus, the helmet here just fits this guy horribly. All right, coming up next at number 11, we have the suit from Captain America Civil War. This one is just slightly better than Age of Ultron because they remove a lot of the weird kind of extra red accents, but they also get rid of the white sections on the biceps, which I did like quite a bit. The dumbass modernized stripes are still here, but overall, this one's slightly better because it kind of simplifies that Age of Ultron design and gets rid of the clutter. I will say, though, that the Age of Ultron suit's colors are way better than this one. All right, now we're getting into the good stuff. Cracking the top 10, we have Captain America's World War II suit. This is the one that he just kind of threw together while he went to rescue the Howling Commandos and Bucky Barnes. I love the simplicity of this design. It's just his campy entertainer suit with a leather jacket thrown on top, and he's got a helmet, the old school shield. It just goes so hard. All right, next up at number 9, we have the entertainer suit from the first Avenger. Now, I know that this isn't one of those practical and tactical MCU costumes, but it's just so damn charming, you know? Like, do you hate fun? And honestly, the bodysuit for this one doesn't even look that bad. It actually fits Chris Evans really well. Like, the mask is a little awkward, but like, I don't even care. Whatever. Like, I understand that true, perfect, comic accurate translations can't really be taken seriously in the real world, especially in the modern day. But like, this is just classic Captain America, you know? They got everything right, including the stripes. And that's more than I can say for most of the other MCU Captain America designs. Their stripes are garbage. Like, honestly, I would have been totally fine if this was his main costume during the 40s era. Like, I would have understood. They're like, oh, it's a little campy, but it was the 40s. It just looks so nice. All right, next up at number 8, we have Sam Wilson's costume from Captain America Brave New World. This one is just way better than his last one. I didn't like all of the white. It felt over-designed. This one is just way more simple. The layout flows a lot better. I like the red boots. I like the fingerless gloves. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of the half sleeve look, but I mean, look at the stripes. Come on, really? Again? We're doing this again. How hard is it to make a straight line, you know? They're stripes. It's not rocket science, people. Come on. But I think my favorite thing about the suit has to be the flight helmet. I think that design goes so hard, and it's way better looking than Sam Wilson's usual visor sunglasses thing. It's just a shame that the helmet had to be nanotech and fully CGI, because of course it is. But I mean, overall, this suit has great colors, it has a great layout, it absolutely clears the Civil War and Age of Ultron suit by a mile. All right, next up at number 7, we have Steve Rogers' costume from Avengers Infinity War. Now, I love the idea of giving Steve Rogers a Nomad costume, but I feel like they could have done something different, you know? Obviously, we shouldn't go with the comic accurate look. That would just be ridiculous. But like, come on, you know? They just took a Captain America costume, they tore it up, made the red poop brown, rolled up his sleeves, called it a day. Kind of lazy, you know? They could have done something a little different. Honestly, what I think sells this look for everyone else is the beard. You know, if you just look at the costume by itself, it's not that good. It's just a torn up, battle damaged Captain America costume. It's just lazy. But the look as a whole is just so hard that I have to place it this high on the list, even though the suit is just kind of boring. I feel like this design would have been a little better if they just painted the whole thing black or like a dark blue, kind of like a stealth suit. Instead, it's just muddy and it's just dirty and gross, you know? I don't know how I feel. It's pretty good, but it's not perfect. All right, next up at number 6, we have John Walker's costume from the Thunderbolts. Now, it is obvious that this costume was under a movie budget as opposed to a TV one. It looks a lot better, it fits better, and also I think black just fits this design way more. The helmet looks a little weird, but you know, the suit looks great without it, so who cares? Also, look at the stripes on the chest. They're stripes, you know? For the most part, they're straight lines. That's a win. Honestly, I just really like the simplicity of this design. There's not a lot going on, and most of these tactical type suits always look better when they're in darker colors, and this suit being mostly black really helps the design. I do wish that the red on the stripes were a little more red, you know, I kind of wanted them to stand out a bit more, but I don't know, most of the time they just kind of look poop brown. I don't know. Overall, still a huge improvement over the first version. The only thing that I don't really like about this design and the other design in general is the split logo. It's just kind of weird. Like the little A logo that's on the side of his chest, half of it is on the suit and the other half is on the strap that's going up his shoulder. Just kind of weird, you know? All right, cracking the top 5, we have Cap's main suit from the first Avenger. This is just classic Captain America, but kind of translated into more of a tactical World War II setting. It looks great, and I love the stripes on this suit. I wish there were more than 2, but I kind of understand because these stripes actually serve a function. They're like straps, you know? They're actually part of the suit. It's kind of cool. I always welcome the use of brown on a Captain America costume. It kind of helps, you know, modernize it and kind of ground the design. So I really like it being used on the helmet and the belt and the gloves. It just looks really nice. Now, one interesting thing about the suit is the ears on the helmet. Now, most modern Captain America helmets will leave the ears exposed. This one covers them. You know, it's something different. I kind of like it, actually. Helps ground the design. The colors are great. The suit fits great. The helmet looks great. It all looks great, you know? This is just a really solid first costume. All right, this next one might be a very hot take, but at number 4, I have the Avengers 2012 costume. I don't hate this costume like everyone else does. I don't understand it, you know? It's classic, yet modern. The colors are great. I don't even think the helmet looks bad. I think it actually looks pretty good, you know? It's not like it fits weird or something. Plus, I love the fact that Phil Coulson designed it, you know? That's just so funny. Like, I don't care if it's a little goofy. It's a comic book movie. Like, come on. And you already know what I'm gonna say about the stripes. Look at them. They're straight lines. There's stripes. That's a win in my book. Let's go. Like, I understand people who don't like the helmet, but when he's not wearing it, you gotta admit, this is pretty cool. You know, one thing I really like about the suit is it creates a balance between him looking like a soldier and a superhero, and I think that's great. All right, next up at number 3, we have the stealth suit from the Winter Soldier. This one goes so hard, everyone knows it. I mean, just take a superhero, give him a dark suit, you got an instant banger. I do wish that this suit was more black than, you know, dark blue, but it looks great, especially paired with the brown on the shoulder straps, the belt, the gloves. It all looks great. Very clean, very simple. I like it a lot. I also just love the simplicity in the symbol. You just have a simple star with some stripes extending out to the shoulders. It's a great design, and this bodysuit is probably one of the best fitting super suits for Steve Rogers that we've ever seen. It looks great. Honestly, I kind of wish that he was wearing something closer to this in Infinity War as his Nomad outfit. I think it would have fit way better. All right, next up at number 2, we have Captain America's costume from Endgame. And, you know, this one shares a lot of the problems that I have with the other modern Captain America costumes, most notably the stripes. But this one adds the scales, you know, and they look really good, so I can't stay mad at this design. The scales really add the texture that this costume needed, and it makes it look like it's not just another tactical soldier suit, you know? He looks like Captain America. Now, just imagine how good this suit would have looked if it just had normal stripes. Honestly, I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's literally just the scales that bring it this far up on the list. Like, the scales were something that we've been missing the whole time. All right, coming in first place, we have the Smithsonian suit from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This is just the perfect tactical modern Captain America costume. It's exactly the same as his main World War II suit, but they take away some of the excessive padding on the shoulders, they remove some of the extra straps, and they add an extra stripe on the torso, which adds a lot to this design. Again, I really like the use of brown. I really think it grounds the design, and the colors on this are just so nice and bright and vibrant, especially the red. It looks so good. Like, I don't know what else to say. This is the perfect Captain America design. I love it so much. And it's only fitting that the best Captain America suit would come from the best Captain America movie. It's just so good. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it all, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button and drop in the comments down below your favorite Captain America suit. Let's talk about it. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later.